Yeah, I was wondering, is it cool if I have your number?
My name is Bree.
Bree? Alright, Bree, I just talked to you when we get to the window.
Okay.
Alright, for sure. Could you tell Bree come real quick? That's Bree? Yep.
What? I just don't get it. Like, so you put it out on the world that you met a random guy 2 years ago in California, you filmed him, and now y'all have a 1-year-old, and I'm guessing you can't find him.
The reason a man would be insecure about a woman's body count, my friend, is because they're insecure that they're not going to be able to satisfy the woman as well as the other men in the body count.
Actually, I'd be more concerned about the fact that your oxytocin receptors have densified to the point where you can't effectively pair bond. I'd be more concerned with the abnormal levels of sexual discipline and inhibition that emotionally healthy women tend to exhibit. I'd be more concerned about your impaired judgment when it comes to selecting a mate. I'd be more concerned about the fact that you're so desperate for emotional validation that you will willfully give your body to anybody. Concerned about the fact that you don't even receive orgasms from most of the men that you've dealt with, because if you did, you would keep that guy around, seeing as how elusive female orgasms typically are. I'd be concerned about the fact that I'm dealing with an emotionally unhealthy woman who likely suffers from substance abuse and depression. Concerned about the emotional baggage. Concerned about a hidden STI due to your increased risk. Concerned that I just increased my chances of divorce by 30%. Concerned that I just maximized my chances of being cucked. Concerned there's no long-term benefits dealing with a promiscuous man.
If you got an issue with that, come see me. I'm about that. Big trust. Woo woo.
This basketball player's girlfriend broke up with him because he didn't get drafted into the NBA, and you won't believe what happens next. Christian Wood went undrafted in the NBA in 2015, even though people were expecting him to get picked up first round. That night, his girlfriend literally left him because he didn't get drafted. Well, she really messed up because this year he signed a $41 million contract with the Rockets. Now be sure to hit that follow button if you like money.
This NBA star was dumped by his girlfriend for undrafted status. Rewind to 2015, the NBA draft night. Christian Wood, a talented prospect from UNLV, had high hopes of being picked early. He gathered friends and family at Caesars Palace in Vegas to watch the draft, but the draft didn't go as planned. He wasn't picked. The buzz kept coming as Wood revealed he lost his girlfriend that night. He dropped her off at the airport after the draft, and they never crossed paths again. But hold on, Wood's career didn't fizzle. It skyrocketed. After bouncing around different teams and G League stints, he had a breakout season with the Detroit Pistons. This earned him a hefty contract with the Houston Rockets. Fast forward to today, Wood's a force to be reckoned with. He's averaging impressive stats and continues to shine in the NBA. Too bad for his ex-girlfriend.
Whoa. I wouldn't say it's too bad for her. I would say more like that's good for him. Look, Christian Woods made something out of nothing. All right. Currently, I think he's dealing with domestic, some domestic drama going on, dealing with restraining orders and whatnot. But let's just dial it back to the night of this draft, right? You're surrounded by people you love. You're in Vegas, bro, and all you really want is to have a good time. But yet, huge disappointment. You didn't make it. You dropped the one person that you thought that had your back to the airport just to say, bye, let's get back home. And to your surprise, never see her again. This tells you right then and there, man. People, they hawk in college, they hawk in high school. Women have a good sense of a meal ticket. You cannot debate me with that, man. When a woman senses, man, money bag, smells money bag, or at least potential money bag, they own you, man. All right, they own you. So good thing for Christian Woods is that his career actually took off, man. He played around, jumped around with a few different teams, but at least he's playing and he's still in the league. But that's not the reason why I brought you guys here. That's one of the reasons why, guys. But there's an update, and there's more, and there's a twist. So check this out. Here is his so-called ex-girlfriend that dumped him on draft night. Wouldn't you imagine that she came out with a paperback book, and the title is How to Choose 'Em, When to Lose 'Em. I just don't get it. Who is actually a 2.4 star rating, 9 ratings? Nobody's reading this book, man. No one even trusts you at this point, man. Word gets out that you dropped the whole athlete and now you're trying to sell a paperback novelty over the experience or even just trying to give advice, no one's gonna trust you. You literally dropped the bag, all right, and just trying to bounce back. What are you doing? I wouldn't. No one should take her advice. What is wrong with her, bro? That just.
1 to 10, what would you rate this guy right here?
Be for real.
A 2?
I'm gonna give him a 1.
Damn.
All right, so what would you rate yourself?
I'll give myself a 7.
Damn! You think other people feel the same way too? What would you rate that girl right there? Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
I mean, like a 2.
Bro, the delusion is real and it starts at a young age. I know we're not body shaming, we're not doing none of this, but man, when we talk about living reality instead of living in the fairy tale world, the fact that you shut down this man, gave him a 2 without even seeing him in person, gave yourself a 7, says a lot. Says a lot. Your self-image is inflated. It really is. That's my opinion, man. I don't care how old you are, man. For you to go ahead and just downgrade a man like that and to upgrade yourself, this tells me the type of delusion that you're living in. And you're probably going to carry that with you throughout your life, I'm pretty sure.
She said she want to take a break. I was like, bro, you got to work it out. What you mean? Now, I seen somebody already reply to your comment and said you cook, but I'm going to just break it down a little bit more. The second your girl bring up anything about a break, she probably already cheated on you. I just need you to understand this. Women is always 2 to 3 steps ahead if you don't know what's going on. So if she bring up anything about a break, that's automatically a red flag because she's using that as an excuse to do whatever she want to do and you'll never know about it. Because the only reason that she want to take a break with you is to create some space so somebody else can fill that space up, you know what I'm saying? But then when y'all reconnect with each other, if y'all ever do, she gonna come back to you and be like, oh, I didn't do anything. And you know you ain't do nothing because you were just worried about her the whole time. But when you get in positions like this, when you be like, no, we gotta work it out, what you mean? You being needy. Now she know that you gonna go through these hoops. Now she know that you gonna stay through whatever. Now she know that she can run game on you. Now she know that she can enjoy her break, come back, lie to you, and you still gonna be there ready to take her back like nothing ever happened. And get rid of this scarcity mindset, bro. Once she say something like that, just know that your turn is up. You just got put on the bench. Simple.
Yes, there is no such thing as breaks. All right, there is only breaking up, really. So what that equates to in real life means is, hey, I'm gonna fall back. I have other people that I'm interested in. I have other people courting me. I have other people in my DMs. I have other people trying to holler at me, and I'm trying to see what they all about. I'm trying to get some other eggplant. I'm trying to get my taco eaten out by another dude. All right, you just not cutting it. You might just be lame. You might really be that simp guy for her to even have the thought to, hey, I can actually tell this guy I want to break, leave, get clapped up, then come back, and then he's gonna accept me all kind of ways. So don't do it, guys. Don't do it. Don't fall for the break excuse, and do not accept it back.
Girls move on quickly after the breakup because they are mentally checked out at least 6 months in advance.
Girls who move on quickly are using a new man to get over the old man. That's why I always tell guys to stay away from girls who just got out of a recent relationship because they normally end up going back to the old guy. They're not looking for a genuine relationship with that new man. They're looking for a band-aid. Peace.
Dude, usually what happens is when a man and a woman breaks up, she goes, gets banged up by a whole bunch of dudes, get drunk, have a one-night stand, possibly gets pregnant, and become a single mom in about, 10 months. That's exactly what happens. So when a man breaks up, what does he do? He just pretty much goes to the gym, work out his depression, lose like 15 pounds, become ripped, work twice as hard, save up his money because he's not spending it on you. And guess what? He buys a new car or put down on a house. Who's winning? Yeah.
You shouldn't be asking men, what are we? If he hadn't asked you to be his woman, his girlfriend, whatever, then that's what you are. Someone he's dating. And dating doesn't mean commitment. It just means I take you out to eat and do some stuff every now and then. That's all it means. To him, anyway. And try to get you in the bed before I make a commitment if you dumb enough.
You know what, man? After the drizzle started, this was like my first time putting her back into a clip, or second time, and it just feels weird now. This really feels like she's just, everything that I'm hearing is just sad and depressing. Drizzle, baby.
And when they make a bad decision, they have the consequence immediately, where women don't. We're bailed out of everything.
How are we bailed out of everything?
Okay. Every bad decision that you make, you're bailed out of. If you want to sleep around, there's birth control. If you get pregnant, you don't want to keep it, there's an abortion. If you get pregnant and you want to get married to the guy and leave and take half, you can do that. And you can do it under the guise of being happy. And, you know, and society will accept you. And some simp will probably marry you after. And then on top of that, if you're bad with your money, what are you going to do? You're going to go to a women's shelter, or the government will pay you. If you leave and you're a single mother and you're the 5th baby mama or whatever, you can also go to the government. They'll pay you. Oh, you can cheat. You're right. You can cheat. And if you cheat, what'll happen? Oh, people will ask you, well, why did she cheat? Da 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 da.
And let's not forget, all right? You can be dating a guy, the kids are not his, y'all break up, and guess what? Under some state laws, he's responsible to pay child support. Yo, and we have it. What? No, bro. Stop it, man. Y'all, women have it so cush, man. They just don't believe it.
Here's the thing though, short kings are really nice. They're really sweet. I've had a lot of short king besties that were like the nicest people I've ever met. Like literally would get out and pump my gas before I even stopped like the car. And I'm like, oh, you're so sweet.
But would you date a guy who's 5'7"?
Yeah, I would. As long as I'm not making eye contact with you, like eye to eye,
Okay.
I think you're fine. But if you're like 5'1" and I'm literally looking at you and like I can throw you on the bed, that's a no-go.
What if the guy is 5'1", but he makes $300,000 a year and he's jacked, he's muscular?
No, that's even worse because then he's gonna look like a little like Roblox dude.
Can I talk to the short guys? Listen, short guys in the audience, you are so lucky. If you're 5'6", you're 5'7", you know any woman that's into you really loves you, okay? They're not any of this physical bullshit. They care about you. It's genuine, okay? You're 4'11" though. How are you gonna hate on a 5'7" guy?
Okay. But think about it. 5'7" versus 6'3".
Why does that matter to you? You're 4.
It's just because, bro. It's just because society has programmed this girl to think that the tall man or the over 6 foot guy, close to 7 foot guy is winning when she can't even address the averages. All right, she is literally average or even below in a lot of ways, bro. Let's just put it like that. A lot of men won't even like a super short woman. There's a lot of guys out there that do like short women, but hey, look, at the end of the day, I just don't get how short people say they can't stand people with the same characteristic as themselves. That's just like saying you hate yourself.
If my boyfriend asks me to marry him, I'm gonna say no. Why am I gonna say no? Because we started dating 5 years ago, and then a month after we started dating, his friend started dating his girlfriend. And they had a kid after 2 years of being together. We had our daughter after 4 years of being together. His friend pays all the bills in their home. We pay 50-50. His friend got engaged last year. And we haven't gotten engaged. His friend got married this past weekend. And the
You see what this is going? You know where she's going with this, right?
crazy thing is that when we started talking, he said, if we last a year, I'd like to get married and try for a baby. So a year came by, nothing. Then he said, well, maybe after 3 years, let's look at it like a lease payment. You get 3 years. 3 years came by, nothing. And then he said, maybe 5. 5 is a big deal. Bet. 5 came, nothing. So I got tired of dropping hints, got tired of sending ring photos, and I was just hoping that it would happen. So he goes to his friend's wedding this weekend, and I'm hoping that it would be a motivator, but to be honest, at this point, I don't even care. Like, I really don't care. Like, the magic of the idea of...
If you didn't care, why are you making this video? Why are you calling this man out? Why are you pulling out everything that you wanted in that other girl's relationship and what's happening to her right now that's not happening in your relationship?
How he would propose and all of that. It's like, if you had that much doubt about marrying me, Now I have these doubts. Like, why? What do you need? What's not enough? Shoot, I know I'm enough. You're not about to make me feel insecure. So he says, well, I made you the mother of my first and only child, and that should be good enough, because that's a big deal. That's forever. And yeah, it's a big deal. That's forever. But like, damn, I'm good enough to be your baby mama, but I'm not good enough to be your wife. So at this point, I'm like, if he proposes, I'm going to say no. Why? Because if it took him so long and he had so many doubts, he thinks it's all under his control, his power. Like, when I feel like it, that's when I'm going to propose and she's just going to say yes. No. I have some say too. And I can say no. Just because you propose doesn't mean I'm going to say yes. Like, for me to say yes, he's going to have to pull off a really, really, really nice proposal. Like, something super romantic. Like, Backstreet Boys in the background. Flower petals. Pink flower petals. Maybe a violinist on the beach. Or in front of the castle at Magic Kingdom. With fireworks in the background.
Leave that man the fuck alone. Leave that man the
See, she's not living in reality. She's really chasing a fairy tale. She's chasing on to a dream that she once had. And to be honest with you, a lot of relationships fail within the first 2 to 4 years. So you can be dating someone in the first 2 years and you'll have some rough patches, or it'll be phenomenal. Then that 2 to 4 years kick in and you start having doubts, right? So that's just right on the timeline of exactly what's going on. He didn't run a rush into it because it was too soon, yet y'all had a baby. 2 to 4, even 2 to 5 years later, he's having his doubts. Man, do I want to be with this girl for the rest of my life? Maybe the greatest woman, greatest mom that you can be to a kid. Phenomenal mom. But am I really certain that this is the person I want to spend the rest of my life with? If he's still asking himself that question, let him ask. All right. But it also just seems like you're putting this video out there because a lot of other people having these fancy things and you're just caught up with all the fancy, and now your dream is coming back to you. You want to chase the same fairy tale. Everybody can't live the same fairy tale. All right. No, every man is not a charming prince. Every woman is not some beautiful princess. All right. So you need to snap to reality. This man is when he's ready to marry you, he's going to ask.